You're now listening to Sleep Time's Over.
Sleep time is over, baby.
Listen up, everybody, as you tune to this podcast. Sleep time's over, come closer to get the raw facts. Zach Moore's hosting on the show, for sure. Reporting live from July, that's the dope, you know. Talking, reminiscing about the good old days and the now. Sipping on that old fashioned at the room at Hi Brau. We on location worldwide, on your stereo deck. On your phone, on the pad, but guaranteed all fresh. Reviewing music and the nuisance that the media miss. But got the blueprint with the newness that the people will take. Good old America ain't ready for that island of slang. Sleep time is over, give a toast up to the rest of the gang. To your tribe or the vibe or the click on the mission. Suggest you dive cause we live on transmission. Listen, he got the voice that got the locals on vote. Zach Moore's for mayor, but for now, lock it in for the show. Hey.
Sleep time's over! Episode 148. Tonight's guest, we got Mr. Moniz himself from Bar Leather Apron, Justin Park from Living 808 and KHON tonight. Jenna Weissman, Mikey, Moniz, and a performance by Big Mox. Over here on the ones and twos, we got DJ Freeze, the Somalia of the Stars, Mr. Scott Cameron, your host tonight, DJ Zach Morris.
The Lord Flores, yet again. 2020 is here. New year.
Happy New Year.
Man, it's the Barbara Walters year for you old people. You guys know it's 2020. Sorry. You know, I figure since we're talking about millennials, might as well just, we age things out in this. We theme things out. So if you're old.
We've surpassed the year in what is considered the future in Back to the Future Part 2. You know that, right? We don't have hoverboards and shit.
But there was a Miami team, though.
We got flying cars.
Right. So think of it, right? Okay, it's 2020, right? Think of this. Now, when we were in like 1990,
Yep.
and we thought like cars were going to fly and shit.
Yep.
Still nothing going on. We
No.
still got the same crap. We still got L&L. We still got the same mall that's the same. We would think the mall would be, things would be flying around. We think, well, Amazon, I guess, got drones. We got that.
Yep.
That's evolved. We got the internets.
Teslas.
The Teslas, right. Elon Musk. Go
the
figure.
closest thing we got.
But look at this, how this year is starting. We got World War III is trending, and the hashtags, We got people getting beat up in the Ala Moana. We get people get beat up at Don Quixote. I mean, what's going on during the day here? What's the matter with these people? We got all that. Measles made a comeback. It's good for them, right?
Hey.
Measles,
Did we
mumps,
just
rubella.
get a shout out from the crowd for measles?
There you go.
Hey, all right.
Shout out measles.
I guess we got some anti-vaccination people in the crowd.
Well, it's a dirty kind of issue. I mean, when there's what is foot mouth disease? Whenever I think of measles, is that
Hoof
foot
and mouth.
disease? DJ Freeze, what is that?
Hoof and mouth.
Hoof and mouth, like the horses?
Yeah, I don't think it's foot and mouth.
All right. Well, it's once again back to vaccination. I don't even know what. Sky, do you have anything about that?
I don't even know. That was such a quick onslaught of
was a lot of
topics there. I don't even know what
A lot
to
of disease,
comment
right?
on.
Once again, yeah.
Not a
DJ Freeze.
disease.
No,
Once
let's
again,
just,
yes.
Let's just hope Iran doesn't bomb us, right? I wish DJ Freeze could play the track right now. Here you go.
Okay, we vetoed that. All right, let me tell you this. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, we're gonna get bombed in the next half hour if we do that. We're not playing Flock of Seagulls, which Freeze is probably gonna play right now.
It's the theme song to our end, man.
You're playing it, aren't you, Freeze? Yeah. And we're just
Iran
gonna
so
play-
far away, get it?
I just want to know that the views expressed.
You're so punny. You're
Sky.
so punny.
This man behind me. Yeah, you cut it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, good.
I wanna
You're
get
not gonna
bombed.
Hey, man.
We're not gonna get the Illuminati.
It's a
showing
terrible pun, but I like it.
That's pretty good.
You signed off on that. I didn't. We got to talk about the data breach. You heard about this? In my Thai bar, and my Thai bar, Bubba Gum's got data breached. So what are the monks gonna do? All of their information, credit card, EBT. What's gonna happen? You heard about this? Freeze, you know about this?
No, what you mean breach at Bubblegum?
Data breach.
All
They
the
took
Cricket wireless phones
the
got
wireless
hacked.
phone.
Oh my God, they're gonna know how many
T-Mobile
shrimp I
Razr,
ate.
all that kind of. It happened. It happened a couple days ago. We got to recap things of before because we've been off for 2 weeks here. So we got who's the whale guy? What's his name? Weiland. He's just going up to any building he wants. He just want to paint his damn whales. Like thinking people still like that shit and the 80s are over. All right, but he did that in Maui.
Is this
Good
his
for
form
him.
of tagging?
Right. Who's he think is catch one or something? What's his problem? So you got that going on. How was your Christmas and New Year's, Sky?
Well, I'm a salesman. I have to,
That's right. Sells wine.
I'm a wine salesman.
That's
so
right.
basically, during Christmas time, I'm working every day. I gotta make end of the
Make
year,
that money, girl.
End
Yep.
of the year quota. I got
Yeah.
commission to make. So
Yeah.
Christmas is like kind of a bummer month for me. Like it's not a super fun month, and I have barely enough time to Christmas shop. So
Oh,
not
shit.
great. How's yours?
Well, we did have the "Are you depressed" during the holiday survey, and
Yeah, I'm
so
part of the depression.
Here's a
probably
segue
the-
from the
90%.
previous episode. Freeze, what did you do before we get into what did you do for the holiday season?
I stayed home for New Year's. Usually I do a party at
Yeah.
Aloha Tower, but
You're not
they didn't-
DJing somewhere? Yeah,
No, usually I do Aloha Tower.
like at
but they
Asylum till 6 a.m. or some
didn't-
shit.
I was there though.
All right, okay.
But in Kailua, I guess there's so many military people in Kailua now.
course there are.
They were launching off missiles, bro.
Yeah.
Like for hours and hours, like blowing up houses. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was out of control this year. It was the most in a while. So much
Well,
for that,
we're
man.
gonna. I mean, so I guess we're gonna go into it. Like,
Might as well, let's.
what fireworks ban? I guess we have. They say there's 17,000 firework permits in Hawaii. That's how many
yeah.
were signed up for this year.
That
But
is
aerials
a
are
crock.
illegal, supposedly. Bullshit.
There was all going off. Like I've never seen that in at least maybe like
It was
even 10
like
years.
insane. The aerial show
Right.
across like
It was out of
all the
control.
town was
Yeah.
amazing.
But like Waikiki felt bad. Like they're like, what the fuck? Why does
Like Kaimuki was like holding it down. Like
Yeah, which Kaimuki, you never think of Kaimuki and holding it down ever, right? So finally, good for Kaimuki to do something, positive, But I was always thinking, like, with all this stuff going on, I would go back to my grandpa back in the day. All he would basically do was like take his handgun and he'd just shoot blanks up in the air. So I was thinking,
how'd you know they're blanks?
Yo.
Well, the bullet didn't come back down, so we ran. I guess
That doesn't
There
mean
we
it
go,
just
we
didn't
ran.
come by near you.
You
Well,
don't
you
know
shoot it and
that.
you run, right? I mean, but he shot his gun up in the air, like you just don't care. And then he did that, and I was thinking we could just maybe shoot blanks. You think that could? This is not like a sexual reference. I'm just saying, we're shooting. I'm just as another option.
I like how you
I
just
don't know.
believe Grandpa. He's like, oh, no, I'm shooting blanks.
Yeah, shout out, Grandpa's in the '80s, but
So with HPD having to enforce like the aerial fireworks ban, you think HPD just pulls up and just sees like this aerial display going across like the
look pretty
entire
good.
Honolulu, and there's just like
they just nod there like, yeah,
fuck it, or like
look
what-
at this. Go there. Here we go. That's basically it.
I mean,
Hardly anything got happened. Hardly any arrests, anything of any that.
not that I heard about.
Right. And then sparklers are part of this ban as well, right?
That was like
spans
the
of sparklers out in the.
that was the
crowd.
safe bet back in the day.
Sparklers and you just light stuff on fire.
You know what was the wild card
Grass.
wild card firework back in the day? Jumping jacks. Remember these?
Wow.
They would spin,
That's yeah.
and then they would like land on the roof of the house and like burn houses.
Burn the
down.
house down, everybody cry, piss off. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Or the gremlin. Remember the gremlin, the spinning circle thing?
Yes. The green
the green
it's
thing?
green light. Yes.
They don't sell that at Long's anymore, though, right? But these guys are all buying them in like some warehouse, Waipahu or something. where are these guys buying these things? Woolworths. No.
No man.
Woolworths.
I
Told
figured
you
they're
I'm old,
buying
okay?
it like this
I
is
referenced
all
Barbara Walters, all right?
this is all West Side purchases, I would imagine.
We'll figure for that. But as far as pretty much like you guys, it was the holidays were depressing. Yeah, I stayed home. Didn't do much. Clean house. Christmas Day. It's a day off. You have a day off. You have a true day off. People like to do these parties. They like do Christmas Day, go on a party.
Right.
New Year's Day, go on a party. Just do it on a Christmas Eve so you can have that full day off. What do you think of that strategy?
I don't know. I got all this family.
Okay, well
here,
you're depressed at
yeah.
this point. I got it, but I'm just saying.
I gotta hang
utilize-
out with them, man. It's
we
an
need,
obligation.
we need to value our days off. I think
Oh, absolutely.
party all day. This uncle, that auntie, all these cousins. You don't know them. You don't want to talk to them. They don't care about you, and then you're gonna have to spend the whole day with them. Just saying.
Look at Freeze. Freeze is already he parties all day.
Freezy, like, how much family members you got actually?
I
In Kailua?
have plenty of family.
Because
But
you're Hawaiian.
Yeah, I spent New Year just crying into my body pillow.
Wow.
Once again,
That's a visual.
we did a survey last.
I think it makes
episode
it
of
worse because
depression.
his like leg is hooked around it, right?
Wow.
Duh.
What brand of pillow?
The kind with the anime chick printed on it.
Oh, Sailor Moon, bro. Oh, shit.
Wow, it got real dark. It got real.
What you
Wow,
mean? That was
well.
light. That was way lighter than everything else we just talked about with the free diseases.
Which makes it's not a good start to 2020 show.
So for 2020, we're starting a new year, a new decade.
Supposedly new decade.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Do you ever have any resolutions? Is resolutions bunch
Okay,
of-
so you
bunch
put it
of
like
bullshit?
this. All right.
bullshit.
If you need to have December 31st to January 1st to be a thing to reset yourself,
Right.
how about we think of what you've been doing the rest of the year to even get you to that point? How about we look at that? And we don't need to base off a day to say, I'm going to change, I'm going to be nicer, I'm gonna make save money now. You shouldn't you be doing this already in April and May, July? So to answer your question, no, I don't believe in it's.
How about people in the crowd? Are you guys making New Year's resolutions?
People.
Everyone's nah. Everyone says no.
See, no need. Never mind. See, we got. See, it's not a thing, right? I think I know the answer to this, but Freeze, what do you think of the New Year's?
You should have a whole year's resolution, like your life. If you want to change your life, you're gonna change your life. Why you need? Oh, this one day I'm gonna eat vegetables tomorrow. You a liar.
Well said. That's exactly what I was thinking, Freeze. Wow. Eat your vegetables. What
vegetables is
that an issue, Freeze, or what?
I don't know.
So first,
not
I
getting
don't know
enough roughage.
Wow, I've never heard you mention vegetables or anything like that before. See, we're turning a new leaf.
Kumquat.
Wow. I don't even know where you're going with this. Okay,
where did that come from?
Not at all. Are you a resolutions person?
I mean, I don't believe in the resolution. I just try in the new year to make small little changes as far as like little things, you know. Usually by the end of the year, I'm beaten down by the end of the year. So
as per what you said earlier, right? December's a hell of a month.
I don't call it a resolution in the sense of just like I'm just trying in the beginning of the year to do things a little bit differently, have a little bit more of a positive attitude. How's that?
Oh, because you're coming out of this grave.
Yeah, I'm coming out
December.
of the hellhole that are
and
the
then
holidays,
you just
right?
Pull out of that. Okay,
right,
I got it.
so,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that totally makes sense. And then we got the new year for a lot of things have happened as far as off the show because we've been taking the 2 weeks off because of Christmas. We got to say the Star Wars podcast that we did. We have to just shout out that one real quickly.
It's the ultimate nerd podcast. Yes.
You know, if you want, once again, I have to say, when you think of nerds, you think of masturbation. Freeze, you don't have to make the 10.
Don't look at us.
No. Well, I mean, Freeze, did you make the hams? Did you do that? No?
Yes,
okay.
I did.
Hey, okay. That's part of the shtick.
On cue.
Good, thank you. So that was a thing that we did. The shout out to Just Bone. Shout out to Grant Capono.
Yep.
And we did the Nerd Fest. That is the Rise of Skywalker.
I've listened to a lot of movie reviews about Star Wars. I think ours was pretty thorough. I think it held up pretty well.
It was pretty thorough.
Did you think so?
Very informative. I'll never watch that movie in the theater again, which is kind of a thing because I always would watch the Star Wars movie based off when I was a kid. I used to watch it 5 times in the theater.
Yeah. This is
This
Star
cannot.
Wars, it's a Star Wars
No
movie
can.
that gets worse with every viewing.
Yes, no can.
I agree with you.
It's a very happy movie though. So like if you're depressed once again in the winter and you're sad, you can probably watch Rise of Skywalker and then you'd be all right because it's the happiest movie I've seen in 5-10 years. Everybody's happy. No spoiler. And then we did that.
It's delusional, It's delusionally
right?
happy, yes.
Delusional things, right. And then after that we have the shout out DJ Freeze with the best of 2010 mix.
That's right.
You know, mixtapes are a thing. And so we went and we gathered, Freeze and I, all the hits of the hip-hop community for 2010. And then we're going to proceed to go through every year 2010 all the way to 2019.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got time for that shit.
I'm going to tell you I listened to the mix. It's awesome. I would say there is the one trend that I've seen that, because you guys both curated the music for this, a lot of booty music, a lot of club bangers. You guys was feeling the booty music.
We're feeling sexy at the time, right? And we're feeling ourselves.
Well, you just talked about masturbation, so hey.
Yeah, right. Well, Freeze is still playing in the clubs. So Freeze has, he's got the finger to the
pulse of the kids.
Pulse of, is that a thing? But he's got that.
Leave your finger away from the kids.
I mean, Sky isn't wrong. Like, every year has tons of music, and like in an hour and a half, it's like, what do you actually pick, right?
Right.
So you kind of just pick like a theme. Like, if we went like too deep on the hip hop heads, then I don't know. Like,
you gotta play the heavy hitters. You gotta play right.
I tried to go all the way around, but apparently I had time for 2 of the same song.
Yeah, 2 Trey songs.
Well, let's not announce that to
you
the
really
public.
Like bottoms up. Obviously.
Yeah.
Apparently,
the first Hana Ho of a mixtape was done by DJ Freeze. That's never done before. So a lot of stuff like that we took care of, but then we gotta say that we're starting 2020 with a bang, because we have, hopefully, if he's here, Justin Park will be joining us. Go figure. From Bar Leather Apron.
It's almost like getting a Bigfoot sighting or something, you know?
I panned left and I saw something, so
it's crazy.
And then we're gonna have this is gonna be a fun one. We're gonna be talking millennial talk. We're gonna have it's gonna be a great banter of what the millennials are doing. What is the demographic that I thought I was in but I'm not?
All right,
and I'll explain that
get ready.
later.
DJ Freeze is gonna put his finger on your pulse.
Ooh, that's if this show can't get any darker. We got that coming up, and then we got Big Mox himself is going to be coming in. Finally, I want to have this band, and we're going to also be playing the first debut, Make the Millennials Laugh with Big Mox and the Millennials. Right. What fun will be had there. So let's go take a break here. Sleep time's over.
Woo!
Sleep Time's Over is back with another banger.
There we are. Sleep Time's Over is back. And a couple news and notes before we get things going. You're wondering what the shirt was. This was back in the day from episode 1. We always would call Hawaii Jawai. We would call Hawaiians Jawaiians. Why not? And this man made a shirt about it. And this is shout out Bobby Valentino.
And look at that old school Stussy.
But yes,
ode to the Stussy logo.
The Stussy 8-ball, Jawai.
That's dope, man.
So you just go at his Instagram handle, at Jawai. And he's got all kinds of designs. Samoan gentleman. And he's a good friend of the show. The king of Jawai.
Talofa.
They call him Ooses.
And then we got merch here. We got, if you go to threadless.com, we have the Sleep Time's Over new one.
Yeah.
We got the black and red one. And then we got the mugs. We got Sleep Time's Over coffee mugs. Yeah, there you go.
So you can drink on the
do
job.
And you can drink on the job. So yes, we have merch. And then news and notes for the next show. Next week we got January 14th. We're gonna have Leanne Brooks back for Slowgasm.
That's right.
We're gonna have Will Tofolo gonna be performing.
That's right.
January 21st, the Farewell to Pine and Jigger show.
Wow.
The cops, they've taken down everybody. So we're gonna do the shirt. That was a really weird boo. So we're gonna do the show live.
We don't want Pine and Jigger to go away. That's why. That's why I'm booing the closing.
But then when we look at the comments, everybody just is sad about Jimbo's. Whatever.
Yeah, everyone's like,
Jimbo's
is going on.
Whatever. So we're gonna do it live February 21st in Pine and Jigger. That's been at least 3 years since we did the show there. So who knows what's gonna happen? They're actually gonna be open. So who knows what kind of riffraff will show up? Shout out Nick Hammond. He's there. Inside
that
joke.
is some riff-raff.
Inside joke, yes. And then coming out, we got the Valentine's show. That's going to be in February. And we're going to have our special guest that's going to be serenading the Valentine's lovers and haters. Glenn Medeiros will be back on to sing. Nothing's going to change my love for you. I'm old, see? People may not
Hawaiian
know who
Nose
Glenn
chocolate.
Medeiros
Makes
is.
me want to eat Hawaiian Nose
Hawaiian Nose
chocolates
chocolates.
right now.
I mean,
I was about to say.
right. He's the president still, St. Louis High School. Yeah, Glenn Medeiros. Okay, so our first guest. He's one of the main guys of Bar Leather Apron.
Oh, yes.
He's got upcoming things, Bar Maz'e. He's got Miro Kaimuki. But the most important thing of all is he's a Kalani grad. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Park.
Yo, it's like 1, 2, 3. Small stepping, silent party. Begin to rock it on to the
Good. Wow.
The Chinatown legend here.
This is...
We were shocked. We were shocked when you heard you coming on, man. You're
Dude, my New Year's resolution was to come on the podcast.
Wow.
Well, I tell you, that
How's
is a
that?
shock to
It's
us
been
all.
4 years. I'm sorry.
Hashtag texting. Because, if anyone knows this man, he's notorious if you're not in the industry or if you're not in the United States Bartenders Guild or if you're just a guy. Good luck getting him to text you back. Okay, so it was a long time ago. So 4 years later, you text me back. He's like, "Can or what?" I was like, "All right, we're doing it. That's it. Sign it up.
Can.
Sign the paperwork. That's it."
That's not true. I'm not even in the USBG, by the way. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, one of those guilds. But then you were telling me before we started here that your quote in Kalani, what was it, senior year?
Yeah.
Was Black Star?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I have no idea why.
Okay.
It's kind of dangerous to be an MC.
It
I
is.
was kind of an MC back then.
Right.
I wore chaps, jacket, and
Wow. Right.
Yeah.
Nautica. Right.
that
Were you
would-
rapping? You rapping back then?
Every day
I may
he's
have.
rapping.
I may have. But I
You had bars? You had bars?
just had a sweet jacket. We used to like
No, you just
lift
you just
from
wear clothes.
Liberty House.
There you go. So shout out. We're gonna get right to it.
Liberty
Liberty House.
Yeah.
We're places.
I'm excited. I've been thinking about this for 4 years. I don't know what the
Wow. Hopefully you have it all written down
Yeah.
and got notes.
Yeah,
Get the bullet points ready. Yeah. Shout out Liberty House. Many things were
Liberty House.
were taken there. We never got arrested. We never did. Did you?
That's why they're out of business.
Okay, there you go.
Why, you guys were shoplifting.
Okay, obvious Andy. Okay, Jesus.
I'm a prude, man. I didn't break no laws growing up, man.
Nautica was a thing. Tommy Hilfiger was a thing.
I was buying it.
We gotta take it. Like Ghostface said.
And Lugs. Remember Lugs?
Oh God.
Lugs.
Lugs.
That's right.
Lugs.
From
then
what
you go
about
Oak Tree,
Funkmaster Flex?
Creamers.
Oh shit.
Cabaret.
How much time do we have in this?
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right.
See, now we're proud to
It's a
be
slippery
old.
slope.
Right.
We're just gonna talk about fashion mistakes of the '90s.
That's
Carl
pretty much it.
Kanai.
Mistakes. That's it.
Cross
Yeah,
colors.
you know, Cross colors was good. African American College Alliance. that's
Fido
it.
Dido.
Oh.
Oh man, deep
we're
cut
getting
here.
deep into. This is stuff only Kalani people wear.
Yeah.
So, and then from Kalani, so then I would see you like out at hip hop events, like stuff when I was DJing.
You were DJing at KCC all the time.
KCC, right? There was the raves, and then you was there with shout out Wembley Small Fry.
Yeah.
Shout out Flying,
Proletariats.
right? And then Flying Coffin. And then where did that evolve into the bar industry yourself? How did that transition go down?
I worked in a restaurant at
Yeah.
Buca de Beppo, and then just kind of fell in love with the service industry. And then from there, I didn't want to be a restaurant manager, so like the bartender was kind of the top of the chain. So that's kind of where I was aiming to position myself. And then, so then one of the managers and one of the bar manager at Buca was like, "Hey, let's open a sports bar." I was like, "Sweet, yeah, I'm down." I'm like 24 years old. I saved like 10 grand.
It's pretty good for 24.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And then like put it all into the business, and then we closed in a year. But you know what? It was good. It was good. I learned what not to do.
What was the name of this?
It's called Richter's.
Where was this? I don't remember.
So it was. So it was Snappers. You know Snappers?
Oh, Snappers. Okay, yes, yeah.
So then it turned to Richter's, and then it turned back to Snappers, and now it's what's the one that used to have all the beer at University? Tropics.
Oh, Tropics.
Tropics
Was
now.
that it? Yeah.
Now it's called Tropics.
That was the space
Right.
you're in?
Wow.
Dude, yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
It was terrible.
Speaking of
It was
riffraff.
so terrible.
Right. Wow.
I DJ'd over there.
Snappers and Richters. It sounds
Yeah.
like STDs.
Yeah, see, getting back to the previous segment.
So bad.
Good tie in there, Justin.
Yeah.
So from there, when did you get yourself over to Manifest? When was that in the chain of?
So when we closed Richter's, then I was working. So the guy that I opened the place with, who I maintained a good relationship with, he his baby's mama owned Blue Water Grill in Hawaii Kai.
Oh, okay.
So I went there just in between. You know, it was kind of nice because I was in charge of everything at Richter's, and then went to Blue Water Grill, and I was just like a server, and I was like, cool. But then it was not good. And then Brandon, the owner of Manifest, reached out. Good friends since we were kids. We played in a band together for a long time.
That's right.
We skipped a lot of stuff.
What was the
by
name of
way.
that band?
Yeah,
It was called Center City. Well, there's a couple of them. We had Center City, and we had Vicious Fishes and Scary Areolas.
This was like punk.
That's right.
Pop punk.
That sounds
or
like
what
ska.
was the-
So
what
yeah,
was
right.
it progressed. It was like punk to like hardcore.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
so good reminder there. So let's get into that for a little bit
Okay, let's do that.
because I remember Scary Areolas.
Yep.
Try to say that 5 times.
What was it
so-
called?
Scary Areolas.
Oh, Scary Areolas. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to say.
And
right?
there was an offshoot band
I love
called Akamai Boys.
Oh,
I don't know if anyone remembers that.
Oh my boy, really?
The shirt kind of looks like that Jawai
Yeah.
shirt, but it said Akamai Boys in the back. It said
Oh.
So Fucking Crip. 2000.
No, okay.
It was so good. Such a good
This is,
shirt.
you were looking. This is early 2000s.
This was Flying Cough, Jason
Yeah.
Gomez. Yeah, this was
Yeah,
like
shout
early
out.
2000s.
This is like 01, 02. Like
No, this is like 05.
05.
06.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was because that was when Jason got. When did Flying Coffin begin for him? Because that was along the same lines. of
Yeah,
what
it was about 15 years ago now.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, so right around that time.
2005.
And then they all moved to Seattle. All my closest friends except Lucky moved to
Shout
Seattle.
out Lucky.
And then they had kids, and
Lucky's still doing tattoos.
Lucky's still doing tattoos.
Yeah.
He should be on here.
If we can find him once again,
Yeah,
hashtag
yeah.
texting. Oh, you wackos.
You got
Kalani.
to be elusive
Right. So how come you didn't go to Seattle? What made you not join?
because Hawaii.
That's
Oh,
right.
Right?
Actually, I moved away after high school to New Mexico for about a year and a half,
Okay.
and I was like, "Fuck this,"
Oh,
and I came
okay.
back. Baywatch Hawaii was on at 3 a.m. and I used to stay up to watch it.
Oh,
It's like,
perfect time for
nostalgic,
something else.
yeah.
but-
Oh,
right.
Jason Momoa.
Momoa. Old school Momoa.
Well, there was a time though where like a lot of the people we knew in the hip hop circle, like Seattle was the trending.
Yeah,
That area was everybody was seemed to be going there for some reason. That
yeah.
was, like, the hip
Because
place.
hip hop, like
yeah,
I'm gonna get these names wrong. Anticon and like
there you go.
Slug.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
how'd
the
you-
shows at Big City Diner?
Big City Diner with Jamal.
Yep. Jamal used to put on.
That's right. So he was there.
Boak
Yep.
played there.
Friends of the
Boak
show.
was there,
Boak
right?
played there.
Boak with the Legend of Zelda beat.
Yep.
Remember that? Oh, see?
Of all the guests, we thought we would have you on before we get the elusive Jamal on. We had Jamal on.
Oh, yeah, even Jamal got on here. Jamal
Dude,
doesn't
I
know how
have
to
the-
use his phone,
I
for
have the
God's
best
sake.
Jamal story ever.
Here we go.
We'll save it.
What, we're saying for what?
Okay.
No, we're letting it all out now.
Does
gotta
anyone
do it.
know Jamal? You guys know Jamal?
Kilowatts. Mox knows
Kilowatts
it.
the mongoose.
There you go.
Yes.
Yes.
Jamal is the fucking man. But we were like the little kids, kind of like skater kids, hip hop, whatever.
Yeah.
And Jamal was like the guy. He could get us into all the clubs, the shows,
Yep.
free, whatever. And one time we were like at his house, and he was like, "Bro, you guys like see some pictures." Do you remember his girlfriend used to be like a Budweiser model?
Yes.
Oh, she was so hot. So he's like, "Bro, you like see some pictures." And he like pulls out this book. I hope he doesn't get mad for me telling him.
He's not. He's nowhere. to
He's
be
not
found.
listening to this. Trust me.
He uses
He
a
might,
flip.
though,
He uses
actually. I
a
don't know.
flip
They're
They were
on.
all like nudes, and we were
So-
like,
He's
Right.
gonna DM me after this.
Right.
I have a lot of Jamal stories, but yeah, we'll just.
There are many Jamal
That
stories.
was amazing.
Well, of course, there's always the infamous one of Jamal at the beach with the surf
His-
shorts.
Yeah, his dick was hanging out of the bottom of his shorts.
Well said. Yes.
And we were like, Jamal. I was like, Jamal, what is that? He's like, oh, brah. And it was just like
Makes you
this
want to tune into rewatch the Jamal episode, huh?
Dude.
Yes, he has a big ding ding.
hammer.
Yeah.
Bro,
See, when
it was
Free
super
says
weird.
what the fuck?
It was super
But
weird.
yes, that was
I
very
totally
bizarre,
saw
very
it.
scary.
That's the homie for life, but
Yeah.
I didn't know his boto. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck you mean?
Wow.
That's not a boto. Boto is like
Hashtag
smaller.
Boto talk.
Yeah. It's like a bato or something, right? It's like something bigger
It's like
mass.
a snake.
Gosh, we're really diving dark, aren't we, into this?
That's why they call him the mongoose.
Yeah, kilowatts.
Again, the Jamal episode on YouTube.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, we all have these crazy stories about that guy. But that was that time where we all kind of knew each other. We were mid to even late 2000, like 2008, 2009 area. And then was that around that time then that we looking at Manifest?
Yeah, so Manifest was like, so before Manifest, I worked a little bit at Bar 35.
Okay.
Yeah, and Brandon worked there.
Okay.
And like, it was nice because I took the role of just like a bar back.
Yeah.
And it was just head down work.
Yeah.
But it was great. There was a guy, George, he used to run it. He's like, anyone who knows George and worked for George, he was terrible, but he was awesome. If that makes any sense. Okay, so
Personality.
Alicia Yamachika.
Hey, all right.
Hey,
shout out.
out.
Okay, so
Everyone's
she worked-
excitable.
So she was like a gun for hire. She'd work first Friday, and George's big thing was when you walk behind someone, you yell behind as loud as you can. You tap them, right? Which is the
Oh,
worst.
okay.
It's the worst thing. But so he's like, yo, he's from West Virginia. He's like, yo, dog, Alicia doesn't yell loud enough. And I was like, George, it's super loud in here. She's super tiny. What do you want me to do? He's like, I want you to take her out. I was like, what? What do you want me to do? He's like, just walk into her. George, she's like half my weight.
Like
She's a
shoulder checker?
Yeah, like straight just walk into her.
So people that don't know,
I
Alicia's
thought
like
it, I thought
5
it meant
feet.
like a date. I was like, take her out. Like,
Yeah,
Wow.
no, take her out, like knock her
Wow.
down while working.
Wow.
It's like, whoa, Jesus. So anyway, this guy was all about teaching lessons. I didn't do it. I like totally walked in there and just grabbed her. I was like, I'm supposed to walk into you. But,
Wow. And
that
she's
was,
like,
like,
what
that's
are
the
you
first time I
talking
ever
about?
talked to her, yeah.
Thank
Right.
goodness, man. You would have got me too'd, man.
I know.
Yeah, well, different time, different era.
No, different. This is before that.
You
This
lucked
was-
out. Yeah, you lucked out. Different
Should
time
have brought
frame.
it up now.
Yeah.
Wow.
George probably got so much Me Too.
He's probably in jail at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Based on what you're saying.
Yeah,
I mean.
he's.
Wow. So then, what got you the whole going into the craft cocktail thing? What got you into that the chemistry
so,
that
okay,
is?
so then we opened up Manifest. You know, there was like we were super jazzed about it. There wasn't a real theme to the bar. It was just kind of like, well, I guess there was coffee, art, or
Oh, right.
cafe by day and
Right.
cocktail bar by night, whatever, or cocktails or nightclub by night, pretty much, because Delve them started.
That's
from
right.
The
Yeah.
beginning, right?
Yeah.
But there was like it was lacking some sort of identity, you know, and cocktails were trending really hard in like the East Coast to West Coast, but
Yeah.
it hadn't really hit Hawaii too hard yet, other than like you know the Mai Tai and the classic
Right.
or the tiki style cocktails, I guess, that everyone affiliates Hawaii with. But so I just like gin was actually the first thing I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna get every gin that I can get.
Okay.
I'm gonna learn about it. I'm gonna learn about gin cocktails, and then I'm gonna sell gin cocktails to these 21-year-olds listening to
Right.
hip hop at 10 p.m.
Right.
Yeah, and
Well-
it didn't work. It totally didn't work.
Well, I was gonna say because if it's a crowded night,
Yeah.
you can't do anything intricate, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
chilled crown pine back.
Exactly. Right?
And I was like, well, what about a corpse survivor number 2?
It's the, yep.
Yeah.
Is that somebody actually saying
That's
that at
the
club
recipe
night?
for regret.
I highly doubt.
Chilled
I
Crown
would say
and
it.
You're-
Like, hey, we have this. I know you like Crown Royal with pineapple juice, but how about
Couple of Corp Survivor.
French
Wow.
aperitif wine, a little absinthe?
Oh,
Absinthe, what is that?
So you brought up Mai Tais. So what got you into winning like every Mai Tai competition everywhere in the galaxy? What's going on here?
So you're getting ahead of the story. Real quick, sorry.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So gin didn't work, so I got into whiskey. But during this process, what I did is I learned about spirits, right? And like whiskey became very popular real quick. So everyone's like, oh, old fashioned, it's everything.
Right.
It's coming full circle. It was popular before, it's popular again. And then so I was like, okay, cool. Like there's people who come here and enjoy it, even though they're not coming for that. There's a reason why they're like still like ordering the cocktail when it's like nightclub essentially, right?
Right.
So I was like, I gotta like get this out to like the larger like community of people. So I thought, okay, if I enter cocktail competitions and you do good and they put your name inside the newspaper, then they're gonna come. Like not just the nightclub people, but like the earlier crowd. So that's how it started.
Right.
So I entered everything I could, and then and then that was it.
And you just one after the other.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was cool.
Yeah.
Got to travel a lot for cocktails and that kind of stuff, but more importantly, like I felt as an ambassador for Hawaii.
Yeah,
getting out there. Winning was cool, and losing sucked. But
Right.
like what I learned over time was like it's the experience and what you do with it when you come back.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think because of the fact that I don't even know, it was like a / creative, but you're like, like how we were into things that the mainstream didn't like, and we were like anti, but we like different things and out of the box thinking. And did you take some of that and
For sure.
apply that to the
Because
Mai
like
Tais
art,
to-
like art was always shout out art. Wherever you
Yeah.
But actual art, like
Shout
art,
out Bucket Ice.
artwork was like I was really into painting and art and carving, anything art.
Yeah.
So like I could make a cocktail and use like that, like a passion of mine, and
Exactly.
the same thing. So it was really fun. I got to I used it a lot in a lot of different of the competitions, I guess.
Right. How many total do you know how many total that you won?
Probably like 100.
Mm.
No, I'm just kidding. You know what? So,
Believed it, right?
No. Listen. So some of them, like you do a local one, and you go on to like a regional, and then a national, and then an international.
Yeah.
So I just counted as one. So, but
Okay.
like for like 5 years, a bunch.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't count because I don't fucking care really. I just am glad that I get to see shit.
experience.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
So then are we now caught up as far as after getting the recognition, after getting the name out there?
Yeah.
What did you do with that? How did you take that?
So the story I always tell at the bar is like 2014 was kind of like the biggest year for me traveling and cocktail stuff. So I had won a couple of these like local, regional, and then national, and I was going international. So I was representing the U.S. In South Africa, Cape Town.
Yep.
It's called the WCC, which is the World Cocktail Championship, and it's really sponsored because it's like big money. There's a lot of countries involved. So you like basically you can use 5 ingredients, but you have to use these 3, and you can choose the other 2. And you have this style of cocktail. You have to use this style of glass from this brand. It's really brand driven.
Right.
But when I was preparing for it, like I couldn't find anything domestically or no one in the U.S. Like the cocktail competitions don't really like carry as much weight to the USA as like maybe a publication or something.
Oh, gotcha.
But like you win like if you're from Chile and you win like the world's cocktail championships, like you're blowing up. You're good.
Right.
So I found this video online. It's called NBA Cocktail Presentation. So NBA is the Nippon Bar Association, the Japanese, essentially the US. What USBG is in the United States, NBA is in Japan. And this guy was making a cocktail, and I was like, it was like just very fluid, his movements, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make my drink like this guy, because the biggest thing that I think I lacked was a technical aspect of making the cocktail. So like I literally set up my iPad and I made this cocktail like this guy. So everything like stirring, pour the jigger, wipe the bottle, everything was all that. I did it for like weeks while I was preparing for South Africa. So fast forward, I go to South Africa. We do like a drawing, and I draw the second round, and I'm making the other 2 countries making cocktails with the U.S. was Mexico and Japan. So I'm like setting up and like I look and then that fucking guy is right there, like in the front.
Right.
The guy.
That's the guy. Yeah, so I was
Michael
like,
Jordan of
yeah,
Japan.
he was the guy who I was prepping, right?
There's some pressure there.
His name's Takafumi Yamada. He's a bartender from Yokohama, and like, so I was doing I made the cocktail, whatever, and like, the guy from Japan literally knocked one of his glasses down, the empty chilled glasses, boom, and broke. So he's DQ'd. Like, you're just DQ'd because you have to submit 4 cocktails.
Got it.
This guy broke one while he was making it.
That's it.
So literally, I felt like everyone that was supporting the Japanese competitor just like looked at me, and I was like, I was even more nervous. Anyway, I finished and I'm leaving the stage, and he comes up and he's like, Justin, he introduced himself and he's like, you have very Japanese style, and I was like, oh my god, but it's this dude from YouTube.
It's your style.
Yeah. Anyway, so he invited me to Japan. I saw his bar, and then like I look at him as like my biggest mentor because he's the one that kind of like got me like, okay, this is career for me. This is what I want to do. But he looks at me like kind of like the same because we both competed at the highest level of cocktail competitions.
Right.
But yeah, so now I go there every year, a couple times each year.
And the Japanese influence is really big.
Just the attention to detail.
Right.
Yeah. Not just bar. I mean, like fucking Shinkansen.
Right.
You get off, they clean it. It's everything is just attention to detail. Yeah.
Right.
So like, that's kind of like that's what inspired Bar Leather Apron. And everything moving forward is just that attention to detail. And
even getting to the presentation of some of your competitions, you kind of take them outside the box as well. From like you had you did the Star Wars one.
Oh yeah. So they're all different. Some are like some involve storytelling.
Right.
It's essentially, and this made a lot of sense when it was put to me this way. It's like a cocktail competition is someone judging the taste of this drink.
Yeah.
But a bartending competition is judging how you host, how you present, how everything is really like full circle. So that made a lot of sense. So I stopped doing the ones that were just submit this drink online and then whatever.
Yeah.
And I started trying to do the ones where you're able to like share experience, I guess.
What's the wildest creative presentation you've ever done?
So World Class, Diageo is a big company that owns majority of probably the whiskey up there, but they own Tanqueray, they own Johnny Walker. They're kind of like the biggest spirits company. So I was in like the regional. The first round you have to submit online, and they select you go to regional. So I was actually I got selected with Dave Newman.
Hey, there you
Me,
go.
Dave, and
Shout
Nick.
out.
Remember? Yeah. Shout out.
Oh
Dave.
yes, Nick Gray.
Nick Gray. Yeah.
Mustache
Mustache
of the game. Yes.
So we all went up together to San Francisco. That's where they held the regionals.
Yep.
And the challenge, they present it as challenges. The challenge was you could present a spirit, and you can't use more than 2 ingredients.
Okay.
It was called like the perfect serve or something like that.
Okay.
So I used Ron Zacapa, which is a rum, and it's from an island. No, it's from Venezuela, somewhere. It's from Hong Kong. Have you said?
Is that it?
No. Anyways, I can't remember where it's from right now.
Venezuela,
But
Hong Kong.
So what I did is I took the story of the rum.
Yeah.
And I tied it together when I was doing. But what I did, because I was only going to serve the rum neat, but I wanted to like give a big experience. So what I did is I blindfolded the judges. So I said, "Welcome. I'll be featuring Ron Zacapa XO. It's blah blah blah. All the kind of details and things. But before I start, I want you to put these blindfolds on." So it was kind of like awesome because like when you're like sitting in front of a judge and they're just like looking at you, it's super nerve wracking.
Right.
And you're like shaking, but you blindfold them and fuck, it doesn't matter.
Right.
They can't see you anymore, right?
Sexy.
So I took the sight away, but I knew they had the smell, they had the touch.
Right.
So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna take you, and I had all these like sound clips that John C made for me.
Oh,
Shout out John C.
Shout out John C.
John C.
What kind of
So it was like I had like a little soundboard, and I would press it, and it would play the noise, right?
Yeah.
So I got into character. I was like, oh, have you ever like stuck in your day to day and blah, 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 in San Francisco, and I had all this traffic, and I was like, well, I'm gonna take you away to this secluded beach in Venezuela. I should know the name. I'm sorry.
So you did a full sensory.
Yeah, sensory experience, right? So then I was like, please, like remove your shoes without taking off. And they're like, remove our shoes. And I had like sand, like boom, I slid the thing.
Oh, right.
And they're like, whoa. And then I had like the noise, and then I had like a water thing. I'm like
Shooting water.
and I'm shooting.
Okay, right.
So while I'm like I'm doing this thing, I'm like moving all around.
Yeah, the heating lamp.
Right.
Yeah, and then
Sunburn.
there's this
Sweating, water.
so
full
we
experience.
had full experience. So we had we walked through the jungle because where they distill is very high up in the mountains, and like I had jungle music and I was hitting them with the leaves. It was pretty awesome. So there's a guy, his name's Dale DeGroff. I don't know, he's like the king of cocktail. His son, Leo DeGroff. They have one guy in the room who's like there helping you.
Yeah.
Right. So he's in there and he's like looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, it's awesome. So we have to dress up. So I was wearing a suit, whatever. And I come to the end of my presentation and I was like, so take you back to the beach and enjoying this rum, how like the best way to enjoy this rum. So, but I'm like taking off like my clothes.
Right.
Underneath I have like, and I've already put on a snorkel and I have fins. I just have like Speedo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Reveal.
Yeah. So like, and then they're like, I was like, so then I smoked the rum with Kiave because it has the beach smell,
Right.
you know, and I removed it. I was like, please remove your blindfolds to enjoy around the complex.
Right.
So and like I had like the two things up and I was just like in full on
Right.
Speedo and they were like, what the yeah, it was pretty rad. And then I was the last person to do that challenge. No joke. This you can ask Dave, you can ask Nick. And like it was a partition in the room because that's where they were gonna be doing presentations. And they opened the partition early. I'm straight up standing in a Speedo, fins and goggles, and everyone's like, fuck this
And I think
guy.
this stuff is on YouTube too. I think you can find some of this stuff.
Now it might be. I don't know.
Because you did a lot of them. There was one where like you did a USA thing where you had like guns in there and
Kissing the baby, shooting the terrorist.
so you had that, right? So I swear I've seen some of those on there.
Yeah,
But,
that was like the Bacardi.
okay.
Yeah, it's different. Bacardi thing.
Come a long way from Tom Cruise cocktail, yeah.
Yeah, but well, moral of the story is like creating the experience beyond the cocktail.
Right.
Because I mean, if you leave the judges to taste, and then it's like really like subjective to their palate, but you impact like the way they get it. It's like, oh shit, you know.
Right.
Welcome to my tasting. Take off your bibbity.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the freeze experience.
Once again, it's a dark episode. It's a dark one.
Please.
So with all of the I wanted to get your thoughts on this. I just came back from New York, and the cocktail scene, speakeasy thing is still huge. You got the Dead Rabbit, you know, you got Please Don't Tell, Death and Company, and they've turned basically into tourist attractions at this point.
Yeah.
They're just huge.
Yep.
What is the next thing that you see that's going to be evolving? That's like an underground, not as touristy as those bars. Whatever you
Who cares?
There you go.
You know,
Right.
it's the sensory deprivation bar.
No, I don't know. Like, I mean, I think there's
The night bar.
it's just like recreating the old at this point. You know, it's
Isn't
like,
it? Is it like
yeah,
recycled
everyone
things?
is like, you know, but tying in like your own twist on it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh man, what's gonna be your twist on Crown Royal Pinebacks?
You wait and see.
Oh wait,
can't
I can
wait.
see something. Then you got to get Everclear and get that all.
DJ Freeze will play Bottoms Up all night.
course. Wow,
Trey
that's-
songs.
The bottoms up bar.
I still got the fucking
Wow.
pop the tin, put it in.
I like it.
Right.
Fast kind, yeah.
I'll go to that bar.
It's like you gotta have a speakeasy in a speakeasy all of a sudden to be
Yeah,
like
just no speaking.
yeah.
Speakeasy and then no speaking.
Braille.
Speak it kicked out.
The menu
No
is in
lights.
Braille.
The Braille bar.
The Brill bar.
Wow, brainstorming live on the
Fucked
show.
up. You guys are fucked
It's
up.
fucked up. Okay, so
Can you not swear? I'm
speaking
sorry.
of, well, it's too fucking late now. But speaking of, let's look at the new project. So let's look
Yeah.
into from Manifest and Bar Leather Apron. Bar
Yep.
Leather Apron. You know, there was a time I would try to get there, you know, every week and see your pretty face, and then you know, it's a exclusive place for the people that don't know. You have 6 seats at the bar.
You just stop coming.
Let me
You
tell
can
you
come
this.
whenever you want.
I'm gonna tell you. Bottom line is this: first of all, you don't text back. Second of all, they have this ruling. They have this ruling there that you must be even numbered in
Oh,
your
new
party.
phone. Who's this?
Okay, iPhone 11. I'm
New
just
phone,
saying.
Who's this?
You need to have a.
No,
So if I were to go back, I'm gonna text. I'm gonna say I'm gonna show up, and you're gonna be like, okay, Ken. I'm just following the rules.
You know what? It's the challenge of creating an intimate space. Like you can't, like you know, it's like it's. I think I always say that the kind of the battle between craft and volume. That's the bars,
Right.
You know, like if
Right.
you look, there's kind of a scale. It's like the more volume you go, the less craft it becomes,
Right.
Because it's just harder to execute,
Right.
So, for that place, it's 25 seats, and that's all
Right.
it is.
I just miss talking wrestling with you. That's
I do
basically
too. I miss
why,
talking
you know,
wrestling with you. That's why I came.
Miss talking about
Thank
old
God.
school Hawaii stuff.
Yeah, old school Hawaii stuff. You know, we were
Right.
talking about like good pigeon pigeon words.
Yeah.
Like something that you hear.
Yeah.
And I heard like the best one, and I never even thought about it. I use it all the time. When you're in a conversation, like we're going back and forth.
Yeah.
And you say +2, like +2. He was fucking.
Oh,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
right.
+2.
You gotta say it.
That's
in
a
the
deep
way,
cut.
Like,
+2 is good, right?
I haven't heard that in a while.
Like, it's +2. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
I
+2.
forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's a good one, and you probably say it a lot.
Gosh,
+2.
That's like one of those indirect ones.
Yeah, even like Max Holloway always says like, I think so. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
so.
I think so.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
He once said like, oh, I think so. He was telling me in my mind. He wanted for bang.
For real.
Holy shit, that's stupid. I think so
Yeah.
in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah. That was some of the banter that we
Yeah.
would do
Oh,
that.
I love it.
And it was always strange because I would be at the end seat. This was like a streak of Tuesdays for like I don't even know how many months, and you'd have a lot of tourists. You'd have just a lot of all these token
Visitors.
Visitors, and then they'd be there. And like, what is going on? But they're not paying attention. And it was always fun times. It was just that's why I miss.
Yeah.
So I like to.
+2.
Are you
New Year's
It was
resolution.
for
nice
real?
to see you. +2.
New Year's resolution. You'll be coming down.
Yeah.
Come, I call you tomorrow. What about
Yeah.
that?
I'll text you back.
I talk,
I think so.
I talk to you tomorrow. We
Plus
see
two.
Mr. Honolulu.
Yeah, +2. See, everyone uses it. It's so good.
It's an indirect one,
Yeah.
right? So then Mr. Honolulu's over there. We're gonna say shout out to him. He's over there.
Yeah.
Are you there all the time now? Because you have a lot of projects.
You know, I'm there all the time, and I'm kind of positioning myself to be somewhere else all the time. So
okay.
kind of took a step back as far as like being behind the bar every night.
Yep.
And now I'm like focusing on. It's tough because, like, a lot of the reason Chris and I we asked ourselves like, what do we want to do? We want to raise the bar, but we want to like create opportunities for people. People who are enthusiastic about this stuff, like what we do. So, it's a challenge because I'm learning how to share at the same time as they're learning how to learn.
Right.
Yeah.
And what are the new things? Can we talk about?
Yeah. So Maz'e, Bar Maz'e.
Yep.
Not
Not Maze. It's Bar
not
Maz'e.
yeah, there's a little kako over the E. I don't know the other one. Kind of stretches the E.
Oh, kako.
When are we looking at?
Oh.
There's two. You want kako?
When are we
Kako
looking
nut.
at ETA of this new spot?
Soon.
Oh, 3 weeks.
Soon.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
The old Dave Newman 3 weeks. We heard that
3
one.
weeks.
All right.
Now we're looking like this year.
Okay.
All right.
And then you'll be
2020.
involved.
Be ready.
And
Now,
then you'll be involved with Miro. You'll be involved with the new
For sure, for sure.
Miro
Oh
project.
yes, we got Miro Kaimuki
Yep.
as well.
Homecoming, Kamiki boys going back.
And then you're gonna be with someone, a friend of the show, a gentleman that happens to be here live. Chris Kajioka is here.
Hey.
I think he's still here.
Shout out,
to the
Chris.
show.
Right? He's still there? No,
He's
not
right
there.
over here. He's right over here.
He's having a smoke.
To the
Okay,
right.
sorry. Okay. Well, the lights is just
lights.
blinding. I tell you.
It's crazy.
Welcome to my world, Justin. So that's gonna be coming up later this year. Are we looking at Miro Kaimuki?
Yeah, both coming up early
Okay.
2020.
And then the concept. Explain to us the concept of Bar Maz'e, because that's a different thing.
So
for
Maz'e
Hawaii.
is derived from the word mazeru, right? And mazeru is to mix, stir, and mingle.
Yo, it's
We
like
wanted
one,
to, yeah, like that. Mix,
Like
freeze.
basically like that. Yes.
You're Maz'eing right now.
Wow. How's you?
DJ Maz'e.
Why hasn't that happened?
Yeah,
yet?
that's I don't know.
Wow.
That's my DJ name.
You better take
But-
it soon.
Okay, so
Debut
yeah,
it at
Maz'e.
Maz'e. So
It's like behind the bar, chef and bartender.
right.
The space is small, intimate, but it's more casual.
Okay.
So no reservations, just walk in.
Okay.
But it would probably be one of the first standing bars in Hawaii. So no
Okay.
chairs.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the unique concept that I don't
So
think
like
is ever-
nomad, Nomad is
Kind
kinda
of
like
like nomad.
that,
Nomad's chairs, but I mean like it just keeps the vibe up. When you're sitting low like this, like it's easy to get super relaxed
Right.
and super far from the mic, and you can't hear me talking anymore.
Okay,
But then when
yeah.
you're standing up and you're like this, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
That's how you do it.
perfect
See?
summation of
Seen that?
Maz'e. Yeah.
+2.
How big is the space? Like square foot?
Yeah. How big is this thing? Like.
So the space is the perfect size.
Okay. All right. We got it.
No,
Gotcha, bro.
You see how I said that? Which
You
is
know what?
good.
We have
Confidence,
we
you know?
have, we have
I got
tall ceilings,
Knows
so
what
it's
that
going to be
means.
2-floor kind of thing.
Yeah.
About it's not big.
Okay.
It's perfect.
All right.
Perfect. Wow.
No, but I was just thinking estimated
Yeah.
size of like
For
the
the
amount
size
of
to be
people you can get
perfect.
in there, like 35 in there, like 30.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe even more.
Ish. Okay.
30, yeah, 50-ish.
And then food's gonna be there, and
Yep, cocktails.
same
You know
thing.
what? So the way I put it is like, so Chris Kajioka of Senia, for people who don't know, he has a partner at Senia, so I never say Senia and BLA collaboration because it's a Chris and
Right.
me collaboration. So I say, it's not as restaurant as Senia, but it's not as bar as BLA.
Right.
It's kind of right in the middle.
And then,
his cheese plates smokes our cheese plates.
Oh, really?
Yeah, big time.
And you have a good cheese plate.
I have a pretty good cheese plate.
Recollect.
But really
it's
excited.
Really a good cheese
We're
plate.
working with like a ton of amazing people.
Okay.
And yeah, super stoked.
So you got that, and then Miro.
Miro would be in a few months, hopefully.
Yeah, like right around the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, Miro was just an opportunity that arose that we couldn't say no to.
Yeah.
It was just perfect.
Yeah.
You remember 9th Avenue Bakery?
Right.
Yeah. So Miro took over 9th Avenue Bakery and it got really big.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So like I used to ride by Miro every single day, pretty much on my skateboard or my bike, whatever. And then when that came up, and we went and ate there, and I was like, I've never been here before. You know, it was my first time, and it's been there for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And then
It's Kalani region.
Yeah,
so you know that.
Kind of worked out the details on it, and like, we're gonna continue what Miro. Is. Yeah, neighborhood restaurant.
Oh, okay, nice.
Modern French.
Yeah, with some Japanese influence,
with
maybe.
some Japanese. Yeah.
Yep, we're working with a chef out of New York as well, San Francisco, Murad.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a restaurant, Murad and Aziza.
Yeah, Aziza. Chris worked there. Yeah, you worked at Aziza. Yeah.
But yeah, just bringing in our friends and fucking dope people to make cool stuff in Hawaii.
And how is the Hawaii scene in 2020 looking for you? What do you? Continuing to grow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that being able to Hawaii is a place people come anyway. Food can be shitty and they'll still come.
Yeah.
So we don't have to pitch.
It was shitty.
We don't have to pitch people to come here. I mean, if we open Maz'e in North Dakota, it's I'm not gonna go to North Dakota, right? So we're already fortunate to have people that come visit us.
Right.
So, and then also, I think cocktail culture, food culture, everything culture. Hawaii is so small. Everyone knows everyone, and everyone's rising tide floats all boats. Yeah. So that's totally our
food scene's the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
I mean, just from my aspect, been dining out for a long time, but I've been selling wine for 18 years in Hawaii. And
a lot of options.
The food scene now is amazing. We're the best restaurants we've ever had.
So with the food at Maz'e, the collaboration there, it's going to be more of a casual situation. Will there be things such as the old stuff from there's the toast at Senya?
Right.
Things like that.
That's Chef Kajioka's
Can we get
signature dish. I'm not sure if that one's going to be on there yet. We're testing a lot of.
I think he wants probably to carve its own signature dishes for that.
Well, I mean, there's also an exclusive thing that we know. We have to bring
he's
up.
Going to do new stuff. He's going to
right, but there's one thing dear to our hearts that
he'll save some toast for you when you come.
More so than the toast is Kajioka does this great rice that I think that
you need to shut up about it.
He's
tired. He's sick
the
and
rice.
tired.
Let me tell you something right now, okay? This man has a short rib. All right. The best, if you're local people, you want rice, you want the rice, you want gravy, and you want the mac
plus 2 gravy.
Why are you doing this? Why are you torturing people?
I'm just saying it's a good rice. It's a good rice, and I'm just saying
bro, just come, please. I want everyone to come.
I'll let you know.
Don't disrespect my local moco, okay? I need gravy
No,
with
no.
rice, bro.
There you go.
We're not disrespecting rice, Freeze. Calm down.
Just saying, bro.
The great rice debate. How's that one?
This is next level rice,
isn't it?
Yeah,
it's next level rice.
It's next level.
It is. So we don't want to keep you here because you got to go back to work. Yeah,
you gotta go back to work.
Yeah. What time now?
Gotta wait. Bar Leather Apron is actually on this street, and I drove and I parked freaking halfway. So what the hell? I was gonna ride a Beaky. I was like, I'm not gonna ride a Beaky. It's raining.
Right.
Pretty much walking halfway back and then driving.
Oh.
I know, right?
Yeah, you drive.
I do for you 2020 boy. Plus 2.
Well, brother, finally you got you.
Thank you very much,
man.
Thank you very much.
And great times as always. So Bar Maz'e coming, Miro Kaimuki coming. Check him out now, Bar Leather Apron.
Yeah.
Justin Park.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, brother. Thank you. We'll take a break.
I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk.
All right, and once again we are back, and this is going to be a fun one because this is going to be like an age debate. I don't even know if it's a debate. I was kind of crushed because earlier I looked at an article that said that the millennial range is from 1978 to 1995, and I got really excited to be a millennial for a
You're not.
For the first, I got it. It was a typo. That guy wrote the wrong number. Okay, but for that brief, give me a brief moment in time. I was at the forefront of this So we're gonna be talking all things millennial. Talking to us old futs.
Yeah.
And it's only fitting that we're gonna bring out our next guest from Living 808 TV. They just came out a new segment, Millennial Mondays. Let's bring them in, Mikey, Moniz, Jenna, Weissman. Let's go. Here we are.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Here we go.
What's poppin'?
Millennials. See, that's it right there. We're getting it going
It's
right there.
For all of our older people listening, it means it is fun. That's what it means.
It's lit.
Right?
That sums it up. Wow. That was a sample.
You know how to pump up a party, I'll tell you that.
I tell you what.
You're a host on Living
Well, I'm a little lit. So,
There you go.
know.
I don't even know how many times of the day are you really lit? I mean, is it a day or night thing or? Fasholi. How about that one? You guys know that one? I heard that one recently. Fasholi.
Never.
You
Jenna,
are
have
not
you
a
heard that?
millennial.
It wasn't. Yeah. So some Howley guy. Forget it.
Fasholi?
Yeah. Fasholi.
It sounds like an old
Shout out
Italian
Earl-
guy would say
Justin
that.
from Earl Kakako. Shout out. He's not a millennial, but he says Fasholi.
I think he's making up his own
I
slang.
like how he said it. He said it was like, there you go, for sure.
It sounds like a pasta.
And now we've gone into Italian
Yeah.
time frames. So, what is the true definition? Since it's not 77 to 95, what is the true definition of a millennial person?
Well, it's age 24 to 39.
Damn it.
In 2020, yeah. And there's a lot of stereotypes to millennials.
Oh yes, are there?
Entitlement,
I usually
lazy.
say, if she doesn't know the original Beauty and the Beast, she's too young for you, bro. Like,
That's
for
a
real.
good one.
That's a millennial, right?
Wow.
Right? I'm a Robert too.
So wait a minute. Okay, so what's the cutoff? What's the year? When did Beauty and
I
the Beast
think
come
original Beauty and the Beast was like 92?
Was it? Early
was
90s?
it 92, 93?
Wow. That's a cutoff.
If she doesn't know Ashley Banks, she's too young for you, bro.
There you go. Once
There
again,
you go. Let's stop it.
Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
There you go.
I had to think of it earlier.
I hear you.
Right. Fresh Prince of Bel Air was 90, right, Sky? Was that when that come out?
Yeah, bro, like 89, 90.
Was-
Yeah,
okay,
the first
right.
season. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good cutoffs there. So, what do you see right off the bat? What's the top thing 2020 millennials are facing? What is the main one?
I mean, I would say the growth of just everything digital. Like,
Right.
social media is just taking over.
Oh, I tell you what.
Yeah, I mean, I work in advertising and sales for Living 808, and it's just like the changes we have to implement to keep up with the social media advancements is
Yeah.
crazy.
I tell you,
Yeah.
IG, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah. First of all, do you use TikTok?
Nope.
Really?
Okay,
I'm
I
not
feel
there
like
yet.
If you use TikTok, then you're a junior in high school. Sorry about it.
Oh,
Right?
okay,
It's
so-
a little bit shame,
all right.
but you know what I mean?
So this creates another war because now we have the younger than the millennials. Then we got that debate. What generation are they? What are they called?
X or something?
They're the X, really?
Is it the X
Right?
or Y? I don't know.
I thought it was
Z?
Z.
Wow.
Oh.
So Z's never mind then, right? They're
So,
TikTok.
what is the generation after Z? Is it 1? Really? Like,
Oh, A.
I like Generation AA. It's like Alcoholics Anonymous. Generation Alcoholics
Oh, you're an
Anonymous.
A. Wow. What if it was that? Wouldn't it be so- Wow.
I guess I gotta drink to that.
So okay, so you bring up the social media. Let's talk about another thing that's very strange and it gets weirder through the years: social interaction, face to face with people. Now, what does it take there with the millennials as far as just talking to one another without the texting, without the DMing? Has that gotten worse? Is it what?
I feel like it's gotten worse. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, yes, I walk around and I see people just staring at their phones all day. They're fucking, like, not looking at their surroundings,
Right.
you know? But
Flat
talking to, like, people that I work with, they're like clients who have to hire these
Right.
millennials.
Right.
They're like, they lack the soft skills, the communication, answering the phones, being professional.
Right.
So it's definitely causing some issues.
Right. So then that's where you got the entitlement. You got like is it like the maybe arrogance as well? Because they think that they know it all. That kind of persona that
A little bit,
when
yeah.
they're trying to interact in person, they throw that at them and it just turns into just awkward.
I did this
Yeah.
one
Trash.
with my friends like a couple weeks ago. So we went to a restaurant and we were all on our phones for maybe the first 5 minutes of dinner. And I looked around and I was like, okay, you guys, seriously, let's all put our phones in the middle. First person to grab their phone has to pay the bill, okay? So we put, like, it was like maybe 5 of us. We put our phones in the middle, and literally, you guys, we did not know how to talk to each other. We were like just staring at each other like, how's your day?
Isn't that sad?
Yeah, and then our food came, and we're like, you know what? Let's start this challenge after we take pictures of our food and we post it to Instagram. And we did, but I mean, I feel like there is something, you know, I don't know. It might be anxiety. It might be, I don't know.
Is it?
I think. Yeah.
Anxiety is an ongoing
reel.
theme on this show.
There is anxiety, depression on all day.
We want to show people that we have a good life because Instagram is a platform. Instagram and Facebook is a platform to do that. It's
Right.
to kind of like, you know, that's where we get the stereotype that millennials are narcissists.
Right.
Because we're trying to show off, and it's our
attention.
brand, our image, get attention.
Yeah.
So,
But doesn't it promote like FOMO, like that's like a real thing with like
Yeah,
they people fear like missing out on things and fear that they're not living up to what other people are doing, and that's causing a lot of like anxiety in people,
Insecurity,
like, social anxiety and insecurity.
Right. A lot of these guys that's basically what they're facing with all of the things that they're posting and whatnot, and you know, themselves twerking or whatever, you know, like them naked twerking. I don't know what they do.
Yeah. So the whole point of the Millennial show that we bring up on Living 808 is because there's 4 of us from different perspectives. So, you know, we would all bring something to the table. But basically, the whole point of Millennial Mondays on Living 808 is to kind of target that, I guess, audience, whoever you can relate to, and just know that you're not, you know, crazy. You are, you know, there are other people like you like there, and like, you know, we're dealing with the same thing.
Right.
Basically, it's like a community forum. You know what I mean? So if you're dealing with anxiety or FOMO or whatever,
I mean,
you know, talk to us. You know, we're here. It's not just TV and, you know, audience. We're like you too.
Right.
You know
It just debuted. We record Tuesday. This was just the other day on Monday.
Yeah.
The debut.
Yeah.
And then you covered a topic called adulting, where very prevalent because home economics class is gone from school, and that would teach us back in the day how to cook, how to boil water, how to tie a tie.
Wait, don't judge me, but I'm totally gonna post this to social media right now.
home ec.
See?
Oh, man.
How it ties in. There you go. You're gonna go IG Live.
We're marketing, right?
Where's the social media director? Where's Jane Ads at?
When did home ec go away?
Home ec is not a thing in high school.
No, but when did it go away?
Is that like maybe like 2000s?
I don't even know.
Okay, you remember taking home ec, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, right. And that was a thing. You like how to change a tire, how to go and how to sew, right?
Yeah.
So you guys covered that in the first segment. That is a legitimate problem that we're facing. Like 10 years from now, are we gonna have people that know how to sew at this point? Are they gonna be like that genuine, that special man lives on the top of the hill or something that we gotta go to? I mean, that could be a thing.
Yeah.
So how can we rectify that? Are there classes that are out currently that have adulting?
I mean, there's YouTube.
Yeah, you got YouTube videos for everything.
Yes, that was answered by her on the show. And YouTube is everything. So like so where are these guys coming from that are YouTubing every how-to thing? It's just amazing how you can literally find everything.
And you can make a living off of YouTube now.
Oh yeah, let's not get started.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Pick your nose, you gotta get some money. Right.
So
$28 million reviewing toys.
Yep.
That's insane.
Dude, it's crazy. Like seriously.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
The unboxing.
No, for
Or
real.
the unboxing, or like the Japanese girl is eating.
God, I
20
cannot.
billion followers.
Yeah, mukbang it's called.
Right. That sounds like some kind of vomit. I'm just saying that they're eating, and all they're doing is they're just sitting, staring at the camera, and they're just eating, and that's it. And that's all we got.
Dude, I can't.
Right?
What? You like it?
Well,
dude, I don't know.
Once again, Freeze is he's over there right now.
Oh my god.
But okay, so we talk about social interaction, which is weird. Okay, so now this is another topic that we've talked about many times on this show, and it's a hoot. What about dating?
Oh,
now how the hell are you to maneuver your way through in the dating world?
Right?
But it's not that easy though, right? You have these apps, and then you find these people on these apps, and they're all whacked out, and then you want to attempt to meet them. Like, what's going on with the dating world with the millennials? 2020.
Take this side?
Oh,
So there's a reason
share
why.
stories if you can.
Because so dating is something like big that we wanted to talk to like upon the show, because I feel like a lot of millennials live their life to find the perfect person right now, which you know, it's something relatable. But do you want to choose? Do you want to tell them why we chose like the?
I mean, I think dating, like, so the best things in life come with time, right?
Yeah.
You in work, like relationships, you have to put in time and effort.
Right.
With dating apps, it's like instant gratification. I want to date tomorrow night. Like, oh, I'll swipe like right or left. I don't remember.
Right.
Which
People
way it
shopping.
was.
Right.
But I'll swipe and then I'll get like a date and then we'll go on the date and it's like, it's just unnatural. I feel like I'm almost interviewing, like, and he's interviewing me, and it's just like it's not natural.
Right.
So it's different.
What is swipe?
Once again,
Are
Freeze.
you joking? Are you
Oh, Freeze.
Freeze is on drink 69 at this point.
I wish I had an old man sound effect.
So
Yes.
what is it? You swipe like right if to.
No, what is that? What is that? What is
Swipe left, swipe right
left,
on the
swipe
app.
So,
Tinder.
Tinder.
Bumble and Tinder.
Oh, Bumble. Yeah.
Tinder.
Freeze, I'll tell you after the
And
show.
you're playing.
Okay. Wow.
Take it easy. Take it easy. It's a
Tinder
dating
is
app.
a
It's a
dating
dating
app.
app.
Freeze is signing on right now.
How old
tonight.
It's like Oriental trading, but in
Oh, Oriental.
Do you remember that?
You said Oriental trading.
You're telling me I can find a wife?
Oriental trading.
Yes. Yeah.
We have an Oriental trading reference on
Tinder
the show.
Gold, you can
No.
get a membership and you can get more people.
We used to get the catalogs of Oriental trading. It was really.
Everyone's
awful.
laughing because they've all had a Tinder in this room, right?
I'm laughing at Oriental trading.
Raise your hand
Wait a
if you
minute,
haven't
the
had
Lord-
a Tinder.
wait a minute.
Relatable, sis.
How
Yeah,
about-
girl.
Well, see? Wow.
Oh,
Whoa!
What's poppin'?
right now. Swipe.
Bring the date over here right now tonight.
Swipe me.
Super like. That's
You
right.
know what Freeze is gonna do? Freeze is gonna walk up to a girl on the street like, you would swipe me.
Wait.
You know, if you saw me, would you swipe me?
Right.
Wait.
You
Can,
like
can I
one.
ask a serious question? Does anybody in this room have Tinder though? Or was on it?
No.
Okay, wait.
Right.
Can I ask you? If you don't get, like, okay, did you have the membership? I've had the
Membership. Really? There's a
So
membership.
you can
Of
pay
course
more,
it's a
and
paid.
you can, I'm being real. This is
There you go. I like it.
right. Okay, so if you have the membership, you can see who liked you. Were you ever the type of person? You don't have to answer. I mean, yeah, actually, you want to answer.
Probably
But anyways,
not answer
if
this.
you were the type of person and you saw that they didn't super like you, were you like, wasn't a super like? Like, you know what I mean?
What does that even?
That was getting salty.
What does that
Right,
even
so that's another
mean?
level. Right. That's a whole other level.
It's aggressive. It's like
Are you on Tinder?
want.
Is that
I
that's
know
so
this point right
like?
now.
All right. So
Right?
I got. So now I knew I was
don't
keeping
sign
up
up
with
right
you guys
now.
for the
I
most
know,
part.
right? We need
And
to
then
get
like I'm not
membership.
as lost as Freeze.
I
I know
only
what
do
Tinder
Bumble.
is. I know what's going on. I know what
Right.
swiping. I
That's
know.
where the girl
But like
reaches
the
out.
super like is
Oh,
that a
right.
double swipe? What the
So
hell
we
does
gotta
that
talk about-
mean? Like
A super like
Wait,
is
we're getting
like,
the definition here.
gosh, how would you explain a super like?
Like-
Were you ever on Tinder?
I've never been on Tinder.
Are you lying?
I just did Bumble. Yeah.
Bumble. Okay, so super like
is that a real hard swipe? Like I don't even.
super like? I guess
like this.
Swipe.
super like lets them know
I
that
didn't
you
see
want
that.
them like now. Like you're kind of aggressive.
Wow, I like it.
And you
This
know
is
if
great.
you're watching
I want
out
you
there, you know what I
tonight.
mean. You know what I mean? But okay, so
slam.
there's Bumble too, which is
Explain
another
to us
dating
Bumble.
app.
Yeah. What's the difference there with?
Yeah.
So Bumble is where the girl makes the move.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's the one I use. That's the one I use.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I've been. I mean,
So
I had
you don't
I
get
got
random pictures show up in your inbox.
I was
You know?
on that. I had my girlfriend of a year and a half. Not a girlfriend anymore, but we met on Bumble.
Okay, so Bumble, what's the format here? You sign up for this thing, and as a woman, you're choosing. Now, how are you choosing? The man doesn't have any say in this situation.
The man goes and he swipes,
Okay.
and he'll swipe if he thinks you're good looking or whatever. He'll swipe, I guess, right on you, and then if you swipe right on him too, then you'll match. And when you match, then the female has to initiate the conversation within 24 hours.
Wow,
If she
24
doesn't,
hours. Okay.
it goes away.
Wow.
What's up, girl?
Jeez.
I did one
Oh.
little finger
Snapchat.
No, so but the guys can't immediately like,
like me or
DM
what?
them like weird shit. Like,
What you like eat?
That's like kind of the deal.
Wow. Okay, so welcome to 2020. Okay, so you got Tinder, you got Bumble. That's the main ones right now for.
I would say.
Does Facebook have any kind of dating thing? Isn't that something?
I
you
wouldn't be surprised if they
No,
did.
they
Okay.
do now. Like I keep getting these posts when I like. log
Are you
in.
on it?
You got the post for that, Freeze. You don't know
Like,
Tinder.
They're like, hey, Facebook dating. I'm like, the fuck? Like, I don't like any of them.
That's right.
Facebook dating-
Who gives a fuck?
That's prime grounds for catfishing. I would probably a match in
Yeah.
Facebook
I would think
dating.
the same for all
My-
three of these
yeah.
things. There's gonna be bots and gonna be all these
Yeah.
fake people running around.
Another reason why we started Millennial Monday is because on the show I co-host with John Reneri and Tanya Joaquin.
Yes.
Not shading them, but they are definitely older than I am. So when
older than me.
I say some references on the show, they don't understand. Or if they
okay.
some things they say
Oh,
on
so
the
they
show,
can
don't
reference
understand.
you. Yeah, they can.
Exactly.
Alright.
So Jenna and I came up one day. We're like, we should bridge this generation gap, and we should like explain to them what we're going through, and like how a lot of like your moms and your dads are like, back in my day, we didn't do this, but it's different. Like anxiety's on a whole different level for this generation. Like dating's on a whole different level for this generation.
Right.
And I feel like locally, there's nothing that they can relate to, like the local millennials can relate to. So that's where we come in.
Right.
we can share like, we've been on Tinder, we've been on Bumble.
Right.
We have the different anxieties that we have.
Right, and that's the thing that local programming hasn't touched on.
Exactly.
Is that generation.
And
So,
we're trying to,
right.
break that like cheesy hosty host
Yeah.
vibe because it's 2020.
Is this a weekly every Monday, Millennial Mondays, or what's the time frame here?
It's monthly, so it's gonna
Okay.
start off monthly, hopefully weekly.
Make them weekly. Get how many topics to talk about?
Maybe on YouTube.
I'm gonna buy in.
I mean, quite frankly. Okay, one final one in the regards of dating is, okay, say you do meet this person, or say you don't want to even go on these dating apps, and you want to meet that person in person. Where do you go? As a millennial, where are you going to find these guys?
To the bar.
It's still open. It
Wow,
can be
that's
the zoo. I mean, right?
Wow.
Many zoos are.
If that's DJ Freeze's hunting
that's
ground.
when you have
Okay, so
to.
bar is the only option at this point in
I don't know.
2020?
I've only been to the bar, but
Which makes
obviously,
sense.
I'm still single. It didn't work out. So.
But then that's the people are there. That's where we could probably do the most mingling. Like what, Jenna? What do you have? Where do you go to meet the gentlemen callers?
I mean, I used to go to the bar a lot with girlfriends. I have one of them in the audience right there.
Yeah,
Shout
all right.
out.
Shout
My
out.
girl.
Girls' night out. Yes.
Girls' night out,
There you
yeah. But, it never really works out because guys are, they have a one-track mind sometimes.
Right.
Especially when drinks are involved. So
That's it.
I would say just, put down the phone and just interact with people around you.
Right.
And that's how you're going to meet someone.
Right, and then but there lies the issue, right? Of just how are they interacting? How can they create a conversation, ask a question,
Exactly.
problems? Gosh, it's really dismal, isn't it?
It's crazy. Like
It's
like
like a
really-
loop.
This is really dumb.
I'm developing anxiety
They're
right
like,
now.
I'll just lay in bed and swipe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hang out
What
in the
fuck
produce
is
section
right?
at Whole Foods.
it's insane. It's insane.
No,
So-
for real, listen. I don't
For real, I'm saying for real. I get you, man. I mean, I don't know. What are we gonna do?
Like, you're telling me as a millennial, whenever you were born, you're telling me you can't walk up to somebody and just talk story. You gotta fucking swipe on the app just to talk story with somebody.
Yeah, basically,
Dumb,
bro.
bro. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Welcome to 2020.
Oh,
She has
back
the
in
20 up
my
right now.
day.
20.
We got the back in
Can't
my
talk
day guy right
anymore.
here.
Millennials still that? They still say like oof? Is like oof still a thing? You know what oof is?
No.
You're
Okay.
from
What?
she's from
That's a good
LA.
thing. Right. So that's a good thing if you don't know that. So
What is it?
oof.
What's
Just
oof?
say, bang 'em
No,
out.
she's from LA. She's from LA.
Bang 'em out.
Wait.
Oh my God!
Freeze! Take it
Where
easy.
am I going?
No,
I don't know
you
if I
Stay right here. Yeah.
Freeze! Calm down.
Stay.
I missed that interaction. Okay.
Wait.
That's basically it. Yes.
Yeah.
Go in there. You know,
But
the guys-
basically, going forward, we're going
guys
to be
sends the
talking
D-
about.
Right, sends up your ball, sends his balls to
Yeah.
DM. You getting excited or what? And then you decide to go oof. That's a horrible definition, but yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna go to the
catch your
bathroom right now.
drift. I catch
Look,
your
he's,
drift.
he's waiting.
Exactly. Okay, well, before anyone goes to oof, we're gonna have a little game first before
Oh, man.
before that,
Right.
and then Big Mox is gonna be joining in on this one. We're gonna play the debut of Make the Millennials Laugh. Can Millennials laugh amongst all of the dismal that we discussed just now?
All right.
Can we get laughing going? So we
Okay.
get this set up. Let's take a break. Sleep time's over. All right, it's now that time where we're gonna debut Make the Millennials Laugh. And we just happen to have a millennial with us once again. Jenna Weissman is here from the Millennials. Give her a hand, everyone. Look at me. That won't make her laugh, it's fine.
Technically, I'm a millennial. If we went
I've
by
given
the
up on
last-
what a millennial is
Okay.
at this point. I really don't know. I
But
really don't know.
I don't claim. You know what I mean?
But here's a man that's going to attack the millennials, I guess.
Try.
Sounds like a Star Wars movie. Big Mox is here.
Attack on the millennials.
Attack of the millennials, yes. Okay, so here's the rules here. You got 1 minute to make this woman laugh. Now we're going to start the clock. I'm going to give Sky the cue here. If you crack, there's a consequence. If you fail to make any of the millennials laugh, there's a consequence for yourself as well.
Okay.
So one of the three will be doing the consequence at least. Something of the three people involved here.
So there's a consequence to either
Shout out
laughing
Quest.
or not laughing.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Oh, dramatic, yeah?
You're going to laugh.
Okay. Here we go. That's a good prediction. Woo! Sky, we got the clock ready. All right, here we go. Ready? Mox, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. In 3, 2, begin.
Knock, knock. Amanda. A Mandalorian. Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Chuckles over there. Knock, knock. Jumanji. Jumanji, Jackie, and Joinjo. Jumanji. Joachally, Woof, woof. That's an old one. All right. You know, I have a son who's happy about our Star Wars theme in naming him and his siblings. His name's Luke. But his sister Chewbacca and brother Boba Fett don't like it so much because they're named Chewbacca and Boba Fett. That's a minute. Okay, that's it. You survived.
Wow.
Oh, snap. What's the consequence? Aaron Sakai, you didn't tell us that.
Well, we're gonna get to that first, but we'll get to that later because we have one more contestant. Congratulations, you survived.
You survived.
Jenna survived. Give it a hand.
Was
Give it a hand
that-
to Jenna, but she made it. She made it through the minute.
You had a pity giggle after? Thank you. I tried.
Well done. Well done. Let's bring up contestant number 2. Contestant number 2, where is he?
Tough crowd.
There he is. There he is.
Can we switch?
Mikey.
Are you gonna
no.
try, Mikey? I can keep
No,
trying.
I need to look concerned. No, somebody stand here.
Okay.
Wait, I'm a laughing person in general.
Well, no pressure. No pressure. Mikey, Moniz, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Mox, you ready? Round
wait,
2.
I gotta breathe. I just suffered a loss.
Yes. Reconvene.
He's summoning up them.
Yes. We get
Cut jokes now.
get ready.
Focus.
Here we go.
Oh, shit.
I like the Mandalorian joke though.
Thank
I
you.
dug it. I dug
Alright.
it. Okay.
Phone down.
Just saying. All right. Here we
There
go.
it is. All right.
Sky, you ready? All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, begin.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Babysha.
Baby Shark?
Babysha. Do. Mike just wants to dance.
Yo, I'm there.
It's lit. Okay. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I don't own a home yet. I'm still not old enough. I didn't save up and made some bad choices.
Call JG went for it. They need cash now.
See? He clapped back. I'm trying not to laugh.
Oh, What's good, Jay?
This game's over. That was better than my my knock knock joke. You know what the difference between Millennial and the Toilet Boys? I just thought I'd try that. I have no idea either. I just know people compare things to toilet bowls that they don't like so much.
Hey, yo, that's a shit.
Time's up.
Time.
Wow. JG Wentworth won this whole thing.
I don't know if JG Wentworth is competing. Who won this one? I don't know. Mikey won.
Who's the millennial here?
Wow.
He's over here dropping JG Wentworth commercials.
That is kind of a deep
Bruh.
cut there, Mikey. I don't know how that works.
I will suffer
Congratulations.
the consequence.
The true consequence goes to this man.
I'll take it.
Big Mox, what we
Well,
have.
Yes, I deserve to lose.
We're all winners here. We're all winners. We're all millennials. So the consequence is to do this shot. This shot is
That's a consequence?
Right?
at this point.
Not to the millennial.
Not to the millennial. This
I'm
is a
gonna
shot
feel
of-
this in the morning.
You will.
Super light. It's a shot.
Super like.
You're gonna super like this one, Mox. We got a shot of Fernet. It is an industry standard.
Who's that?
And
Who's Fernet? I'll take it.
Fernet about it.
Cheers.
There you go. That's right.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
2020 time.
Millennials aren't laughing in
Millennials
2020.
aren't laughing.
No
they ain't
laughing
playing.
allowed. Nobody's
They
smiling.
didn't come to play.
Nice, there we are. That sums up 2020 right there. All down the toilet. All right, let's take a break. Mox, you're coming back. You're performing
Yes,
coming up.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
God, that was awesome. Yikes.
And we're going to close it out. Big Mox is here once again, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up. He's got a uke. First time.
Yes.
So what we got in store here? Is this from an upcoming project or older song? What do you got?
So I'm gonna play this song that I really like to sing, but I've been making music under a different name.
Yes.
Jonah Jackson. That's my first and middle name.
Right.
More like on the island reggae vibe.
Nice.
But you know me as Mox, like rapping and spitting and freestyling and battling. But I've always been singing. A long time ago, I was on this show thing.
Yep.
So I've been trying to just bring that back to life and do everything I know how to do.
So any upcoming projects in regards to this you got coming up?
Yes, February 14th, Valentine's Day, we're gonna drop a little EP, just like 3-4 songs of some lovers, vibe, reggae. Yeah, we're trying to break some stuff also in that space because I wanna, really merge what this reggae, hip hop, the last 2 musical innovations, which we live so thoroughly here in Hawaii. So.
You mentioned love too, so amongst all the dismay of this show tonight, let's end on a good note.
Yeah,
let's end on a love note.
That's why I decided last minute to do something more of the vibe for this evening. Let's go with melancholy, perhaps bluesish.
I love it. Melancholy, another staple of the show. Once again, Big Mox, let's go.
Where does the time go? Where will it end? Feels like I'm walking down this road for a while, my friend. The more I tend to lie, the more I tend to suffer. It's not the same when the years going by. It's not the same when there's tears in your eyes. It's not the same when the boy ain't got no home. Wind and the rain till it shot you down to the bone. It's not the same. Oh, oh, oh. It's not the same. Oh, shouldn't have left you, darling. I know that now. Seems like the only point that you take is the way down. The morning changed to night. The more I tend to suffer, it's not the same when the years going by. It's not the same when there's tears in your eyes. It's not the same when the boy ain't got no home. Wind and the rain till it shot you down to the bone. Big love
sir.
Nice stuff. Wow. Too late already. We cannot. We gotta go sleep. Sorry, he would love to and he would, but we gotta get out of here. Shout out to everybody here at the Hi Brau tonight. First one of 2020. Sky Cameron. KO on the boards. Once again, sound. If we don't have it, that's it, right? Shout out Jay Nads, social media. Shout out to Justin Park, who ran off somewhere to go back to work.
And left his beer, bro. I'm gonna drink it.
He did? Wow. We'll figure out. He's Mai Tai guys. Shout out to the Lord. Shout out to Jenna Weissman. Shout out to Mikey Moniz. The Millennials. We got dreary times ahead of us. And to end it out, we gotta say shout out to the man that's been on fire tonight. DJ Freeze, his birthday. Freeze, get over here. Can you maneuver without? Don't break anything else. Okay, so yes, Freeze, birthday, Saturday?
Saturday, my birthday.
That's right, brother. Let's go. Swipe on him. Let's go. Bang him out. Bang him out. Sleep time's over. We're out. Good night.
Thank you for listening to Sleep Time's Over. Time's over. No sleeping tonight.